U.S. Coach Matt Lindland, who's here at the World Championships, final day for Greco. Matt, just your thoughts of the Greco wrestling style these days with the new rules?
I love the new rules. I mean, the one biggest disappointment was the anticlimactic final last night where we should have had overtime. That's one adjustment that's got to be made, is you got to at least give the guys a chance to decide on their own. Criteria just stinks.
Yeah, I mean, are you seeing more technique kind of like the days when you wrestled?
I saw probably a couple of the most beautiful matches I've seen in my time period out there last night at the big guys, the 84s, the 96 kilo finals, and the bronze medal match, the Hungarian. Exciting wrestling. I mean, I don't know how people could not think that was exciting. I mean, the UFC was on last night and this was on, and I would much rather watch this.
That's a big step forward then, right?
Oh,
Again, you've always been a Greco guy, right?
Well, you know, I think these guys, the constant fight. I mean, you know, just like freestyle or MMA, you can step away from the fight. In Greco, you've got to be right inside it. You got to be battling the whole time. I mean, if you guys haven't seen the bronze medal match at 96 kilo, take a look at that match. It was incredible.
So obviously you're finding a lot of time for wrestling and for still coaching some of the MMA guys?
I've really limited my roster of guys to just really serious athletes in the MMA. I only want to work with elite level guys right now and some coaches. I'm training up some coaches to work with, you know, our team and our junior guys. But my focus again is on coaching the coaches and coaching the super elite level guys. I've got guys that have fought for me that are still in the UFC, having success, but they're not at the elite level anymore, and so I just want to work with young up-and-coming guys.
So you've also made a commitment to Greco as our world team coach, been to all the camps, going overseas with our teams. What kind of things can we do to bring back USA back to the glory we had at one point in Greco?
Well, it was a huge commitment this year, Gary. You're right.
Oh, you were at everything, man.
I was at everything. I came to extra camps. I stayed longer. I came in weeks early. One of the things was the rule changes. We're back to wrestling. I mean, we really screwed up our sport there for a minute with the 3 periods, and nobody wanted to take any risks. This is a good style that fits the American style. The biggest thing we need to do as an American team is we need to recruit solid, elite level guys. Just same thing I'm doing. I want the best athletes. If I get some really good athletes, I mean, I know we can make some progress. But we got to go out of our way and really recruit these guys. But I think these new rules are going to show young guys how exciting this sport is and what a fight Greco is. And so the new rules are going to help us bring in some talent. I really honestly believe if we can promote to the young kids that Greco is exciting, it's a fight, it's a fierce style of wrestling, I think we can get some of our American guys, you know, I mean, outside of changing our collegiate system and our scholastic system,
right.
I mean, I think that's what we've got to do.
So, do you go out and talk to college guys at all in wrestling? I mean, have you had a chance to?
I do. I mean, look at who we got out of the training center. We just got Jacob Mitchell out there. I mean, look who we got here. We got Tyrell Fortune here. Those are a couple guys that I've touched. I've had my hands on them. I've coached those guys at Clackamas Community College. Both those guys have come from Oregon, come through our program at Clackamas. I'm a volunteer assistant out there. So those are guys that I've constantly been, you know, touching and saying, hey, man, just keep Greco. Don't stop doing Greco. And look at the success like Tyrell's had in freestyle. He's incredible. But if they would have flip-flopped, Greco would have went first, and maybe it would have been the other way around.
Sure.
But we've got young Jacob Mitchell out there who just won the JCs. Super talented, athletic guy. Just moved in the resident program. So Gary, I just got involved at the volunteer level this year.
Right.
I think what USA Wrestling needs is to step up and make a commitment to Greco and hire a full-time Greco coach that's on the mat. You know, we've got Coach Frazier at the national level. We've got Momir, and we got nobody else right now. I mean, in my day we had Anatoly. I mean, somebody needs to take that role of shoulder to shoulder, working with these athletes on the mat daily. And also that recruiting needs to go hand in hand. So we got a little work to do, but it's not insurmountable. We can be right back to where we were dominant, and we won the Worlds not too long ago. I can see us getting right back to there.
You won a few medals yourself. With these rules, would we have gotten gold around you?
Man, these were my rules. So this is pretty similar to the style I wrestled.
Yeah.
The referees had a little more, you know, they could decide who they were putting down in the parterre. here I'm seeing both guys are getting an opportunity, which is fair. It's the way it should be. We got a little more adjustments to do, things like OT, but other than that, I mean, we made such huge progress in this last year. We've got a ton of exposure. So hopefully people are tuning in, watching Greco, understanding that this is a real sport, because we screwed it up for a few years. I hated it.
So we got a medal in us today?
Oh man, we got two really, really good guys coming up today, plus we got our heavyweight. I mean, Ellis and Asics, those two guys, I mean, probably a couple of our most experienced guys. I mean, yesterday, Jesse and Kaylor, I mean, those guys are so talented, young, hungry athletes, but they're babies. I mean, they're just both of them are just babes, and both those young men are going to get medals for us. If they stick with Greco-Roman, they're going to be medalists for us, and they're going to be around a long time because they're young men. This was the first time at this kind of a level show, and they don't know how good they are yet. And I think they saw it. I think Jesse saw, hey, I lost that guy, he took a bronze, and he was ahead, And Kaylor, he made some mental mistakes that just shows his immaturity. But the kid was 6th at Nationals this year, Gary.
Yeah, I know. And, he's really come on.
I worked with him in Cuba, and I told him in February, I said, you're going to be our guy out the world team. And then after he took 6th at the Nationals, I don't think he was really believing it, but I kept working with him a lot this year, and look how far he's come. And we're just scratching the surface with that young man. And we got a couple of our more experienced veterans up today. I'm excited. Asics just had the best attitude of anybody on the team.
Yeah, he's had a good season.
And Ellis, I mean, this is just such a blessing. You got to take advantage of this opportunity and just go out and do it, man. You don't get these opportunities too often.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Hey, man, I appreciate your time and everything you're doing for the Greco program.
All right, man. Thank you.